Welcome back to GCTV. Welcome back to the African continent for the very first time, global champions. We are making history here today for finally making our way here to the African continent in Rabat in Morocco. And what a stage to do it on here in a GC final where we were waiting for global champions 2024 season winners to be crowned. And finally now we have the right, we have the honor to say that we have champions, and the Can Stars powered by the Iron Dames. We will unpack this over upcoming days, I have no doubt, throughout post-studio later on tonight and a day after to come later, and probably still going deep into Riyadh in a couple of weeks' time, because that is the massive news to come out of the halfway point of Global Champions League today. Let's show you the rankings just as it stands now and just catch our breath before we welcome Deborah Meyer, the owner of the Can Stars powered by the Iron Dames, into the studio. But that is what virtual rankings look like now, just by the way. There is no way that the Can Stars can be caught. They are officially golden, they are officially the winners, and they are officially champions. The best that Rabat International, powered by Kingsland Equestrian, can do is second place. But take a look at the Doha Falcons, who, as it stands, now officially jump into fourth place, 4 points ahead of the Prague Lions, and Falcons Rad United and Madrid in Motion now are arguably out of the conversation. Prague Lions knocking on the door of Doha Falcons. It is going to be a very big second round as those two teams go head-to-head in somewhat of a penalty shootout to try and secure a top 4 place. Deborah Meyer, with a big smile on her face, has just walked in behind the studio here. And I think I might not waste any time. Deborah, please come and join me. I have a present for you. May I start by saying congratulations. This is for you.
Thank you.
We tried to give you some time. Earlier, there was too much emotion.
It was
Talk to me now, Deborah. How are you feeling? What does this mean?
extremely happy, very proud of the team, what the team has achieved. Our 6 riders, Yane, Sane, Kim, Catherine, Natalie, and Sophie, the whole team, their grooms, Stefano, the coach. It's been amazing. A very nice and highly emotional journey. Really fantastic.
We were all with you in Rome last year when the team was announced, and there was big dreams, big energy, a lot of excitement. And at that time in Rome, there was talk about how you want to make this team into championship material. The fact that it's taken like 12 months to do, how crazy is that for you? Not just to become champions in your planning, but to do it so quickly.
We've tried, and we try to do it the right way, to take one step at a time, and that's what we've done. Is to taking every to build the structure around the team, the group, develop the feeling of belonging to the Iron Dames family. And then to grow step by step. The project is a very long-term project, so we are extremely happy and proud to achieve such an amazing journey in this year. It's absolutely amazing, and the whole team deserves a very. They've done really amazing. But it's a long-term project, and we are happy of what has been done this year. But look forward to next year together with you in the GCL. I'm sure it will be absolutely a very good journey as well.
Deborah, if this is a long-term project, what does the next few goals look like? Because I imagine becoming a champion seemed maybe more long-term. You've achieved that so early. What is on your agenda now? Talk to us about what else does this brand, does this identity want to do in this long-term planning?
We are passionate and we are moved by passion and by dreams. And one of the dreams of the Iron Dames project is to promote the transmission between generations. So the most experienced one come and help the younger one. And that's the beauty of also of this competition, is to have the possibility to bring U25 riders to the competition, to the highest level of competition in show jumping, the 5 stars competition, and to give them the opportunity to grow and gain in experience and to develop themselves as riders. And that's how we try to develop the project, to set it up on a longer path with solid ground, but also to give the possibility to the riders to gain even more experience and to grow.
Deborah, every time the Kunstars powered by the Iron Dames have a successful stage and we have the riders in the studio and we talk to your riders, they always say to us, Deborah this, Deborah that, Deborah this. They talk so highly of you. Inform us, what impact do you have on this team? What are you doing that makes these riders look at you so highly? What is it that you bring to this team?
I'm a passionate person, and
That's for everyone to see.
I love what I do, and I love to share it. And I'm passionate about horses. So when I had the opportunity to bring the Iron Dames project to show jumping, I grabbed it, and I'm happy I did it. I'm happy to have found such a nice group with whom I hope to grow and to go far and far and not to stop. It's really an amazing experience, an amazing moment, and I'm really, really happy.
Before I let you go and celebrate with the team, final question. What would you say to the people now who looked at this team in Rome last year and said, they'll never achieve what they're talking about. This is never going to happen. The people who didn't believe in your vision, your ambition, your dream, what is maybe a message to those people that thought this was more a marketing stunt than it was a legitimate chase of glory?
I would say to follow your dreams, to work hard, to follow the right steps. We do not. We've never searched and we'll never go for shortcuts. We go step by step, trying to do the best we can in the right way. And we are driven by passion.
Is there champagne planned back at home? Lots of champagne?
Let's first finish the second round.
We'll finish the second round. Deborah, thank you for today. It's been a pleasure and an honor to watch your girls jump the entire year. They have been true champions and now officially champions of Global Champions League. Go and spend the rest of the day with them. We'll see you back for GCL round 2.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You can make your way. Deborah Meyer, the owner of GCL team, the Kunstars powered by the Iron Dames. This team that was made up of these young, incredible riders that everyone referred to as the pink team, the girls team, have stood up higher, brighter and stronger than any other team in Global Champions League in 2024. And they now are the leading team, the greatest team, the winners of the season. The Kunstars, powered by the Iron Dames, now take the crown away from Rabat International, powered by Kingsland Equestrian. Let's show you those 2 rounds then that took them to glory. We told you earlier on that all they had to do was finish the competition in round 1. Sophie Hinnes and Jana Frederika Meyer-Zimmermann simply had to complete round 1. And you'd be forgiven for thinking that maybe they might take their foot off the gas, that they might take this a little easy. But in true Kunstars style, in true Iron Dames fashion, not only did they complete round 1, but they did so with a double clear. Sophie Hinnes on Iron Dames Sinclair, jumping a clear that put it on a platter, that opened the door for Jana Frederika Meyer-Zimmermann to be crowned champions. Messi van der Rijtershof and Jana coming in for the second rider. And much like her teammate Sophie Hinnes earlier on, she kept it clear. It was very steady. It was very calm. There did not seem to be a foot wrong from Jana Frederica Meyer Zimmerman, watched by the entire Kiss and Cry, jam-packed with the bright pink caps. She got over every single fence, stayed on her horse, completed round one. And with that completion of round one, made it a guarantee that the team powered by the Iron Dames, Stars, are now your season champions. But there is more today than just this, of course. There is a top four battle as well. So let's show you how things stand now at the end of GCL round one. Because teams like the Doha Falcons, teams like the Prague Lions are still trying to stay in this hunt and get themselves into a GCL Super Cup semi-final at the GC playoffs in Riyadh next month. This is how it looks now at the end of GCL, with the loads and loads of teams on double clears. 7, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, of those teams on double clears that now find themselves in a really, really good position. But Mexico Amigos, arguably the biggest surprise of them all, find themselves with the fastest double clear. The Shanghai Swans, after a difficult season, have jumped beautifully here. Their win in Shanghai on home soil was their crowning moment this year. Can they now produce a second victory here in Rabat? A double clear from the Stockholm Hearts tries to shut down their top four fears. They, as it stands, are in third place and are going into the semis. Doha Falcons, because of that, now find themselves as well in fourth place, but they are only 5 points ahead of the Prague Lions. So that battle for top four starts to get really, really tight. Let's show you then the rounds of the Doha Falcons, who, with that double clear, as we say, now officially, virtually, put themselves in a top four position. These were the 2 rounds of the Doha Falcons. Willem Vermeer, Simon de Lestre, both jumping clear, as you saw there on the overall standings of GCL round one thus far. These are the performances of the 2 men that were able to put themselves in that very strong position. We start with Willem Vermeer, who goes on to jump that clear and really lay the groundwork for the Doha Falcons. IQ van het Steentje, making very light work. 16 years of age already, by the way, IQ van het Steentje, but jumping beautifully and doing a really, really good job for the Doha Falcons, who, for the first time in their history, are trying to get into a GCL Super Cup semi-final. Closing few stages here, down that final line for the Doha Falcons, out of the combination, into the final fence, and then over and out for Willem Vermeer, followed up by Simon de Lestre, Dexter Fontenay. Again, you talk about a real statement from the Doha Falcons with that lineup in GCL round one. It shows you just how seriously they are taking this, just how importantly they are taking this, because much like Vermeer, Simon de Lestre and Dexter Fontenay get over the Longines, get out of the combination, and then get into that final fence, jump it clear, and with that double clear, give themselves an outstanding position to find themselves in that Super Cup semi-final in the GC playoffs in Prague next month. We remind you, talking about the playoffs, talking about the finals here in Rabat, we are currently running a special for the next 2 months, 50% off a GC TV pass. We have quite literally slashed the GC TV pass in half for you to give you the opportunity to watch the finals and to watch the playoffs. We'd love you to join us for these 2 closing stages of the 2024 season, so make sure that you sign up for that. We take a quick break. When we return, Global Champions League round 2 will be live from Rabat here in Morocco. Stay with us on GC TV. We'll see you shortly.
Triumph is never given, but earned. The road to the top is packed with obstacles. Success is only achieved by those who can rise above challenges, the ones who can conquer their fears, the ones who are strong enough to continue, the ones who get back in the saddle after failure.
After all that drama, pain and surgery, it's absolutely amazing.
The ones who defy time, the ones who prove their worth.
It's magic at the age of 23.
Show real determination and find the right balance in life. We all face our own obstacles, but dedication and patience leads us to rise above these barriers. Perseverance makes the brilliant legendary.
The last part of the GCL season is split into two crucial stages, the final and the €10 million playoffs.
And while being two separate events, they are connected and have a real impact on one another.
Per team, 3 challenging rounds, the quarterfinals, the semi-finals and the finals.
The top 4 teams from the overall championship standings automatically qualify for the semi-final.
The remaining teams have to jump the quarterfinals in reverse order of the season standings.
And that's all there is to it.
Bring it on!
Deborah, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for being here. You are the team owner of CanStars, powered by Iron Dames. But for those who don't know, what is Iron Dames?
Iron Dames is a project which was founded in 2018 to promote women active first in motorsport, and since this year through the CanStars powered by Iron Dames in the equestrian world.
You're incredibly successful in the racing to start with. How did you make the move into show jumping? Did you know much about the GCL?
I knew a bit about the GCL, but first of all, it was an opportunity which came to enter the equestrian world, which is also a world where men and women compete at the same level on equal terms. And it's a very nice, on the more personal level, it's super nice because I have the opportunity to come back to my first passion, which was show jumping. I started competition when I was a child, a young teen. Then life is what it is. You evolve, you do many things, and the opportunity came. So I took it, and I'm happy to be here. Happy to. What is important, what makes the Iron Dames what they are, is the family. It's a family atmosphere. We try to have the best person fitting the spirit of the Iron Dames, and our 6 senior riders: Kim, Sane, Yane, Sophie,
Catherine,
and Natalie. Really fit the Iron Dames family and match the Iron Dames attitude. It's all about the team, men and women who make this dream and this passion come true. Iron Dames is not one person, it's one group, one family.
That's such a lovely tagline as well. One group, one family. It's what dreams are made of as well. What are your realistic expectations going forward then? Like I said, the CanStars powered by Iron Dames have been fantastic so far this season. We're around nearly halfway through. What are your realistic expectations for the rest of the season?
We won 2 rounds, Doha and Saint-Tropez. We were very consistent in the other rounds. This year is the first year for us. We'll be there. The goal is to be there for many years to come, and to do it and grow in a proper way. So being consistent, regular, achieving good performance in the best possible way.
In terms of success, then, getting to the end of this season, if I sat with you at the end, what does success look like to you for this season?
Smiles on the face, good results, a positive feeling, the feeling of belonging to a family, to a group which carries passion, which allow dreams to come true, all together as one.
Well, it really is women driven by dreams, but you are at the very heart of that, driving so many dreams for so many women and generations to come as well. And actually, I think it's about time I become an Iron Dame as well. Deborah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Elegance is an attitude. Longines.
Crosses the finish line in the final round of jumping in Global Champions League. And Riesenbeck International have won the Super Cup.
We had two unbelievable years in the past. We were first team ever winning both last year, the overall and the playoffs. So we knew that was special. We had also lucky moments and had the luck on our side. So I think we have had all our very great last year. Obviously this year will be tough to do what we did last year. Just the amount of wins we had last year and the way we won it was incredible. Things will not get easier the next couple of months. The Olympic Games are coming up. Means there's also some shows we need to do for the team, for the German team. So it will not make it easier. Also last year we were not like, things went always good at the show, but we had Lutke breaking his hip, me breaking my foot, Owen McMahon breaking his elbow, all in like less than 2 months. So it was not that things went perfectly smooth last year. But this year everything went wrong what could go wrong. But now I think it's time to make it up. But we need to be very consistent now for the rest of the season, and that's why we started here with the strongest possible horse-rider combinations we have. For sure on the paper we don't have to worry about somebody, and on the paper we are strong. We thought actually we were very strong in Shanghai and we ended up last, so I have to be always careful with that. What happened in Shanghai was obviously with our new under-25 rider, Harry Allen, who is really strong. He was unbelievable in Doha. We were like, wow, this guy is going to make us a lot of clear rounds this year. He just had a bad distance to jump before. The horse got scared, stopped. This is something what should not happen, but happens. This is how our sport is. Schulze Topov is in good form, Christian and myself, so I think we are okay, and we're not really looking for somebody. We really trust Harry Allen. He just had a bad show. He has an incredible horse. He's an incredible talented rider, and this is absolutely not Lutke's way of doing things, that he's changing riders just because they're not performing at the show as good as he was hoping. Madrid is one of my favorite shows. It's very big. It's all traditional ring. I really like to jump here. It's something very special. In the last 2 years, we didn't see so many clear rounds in the Grand Prix. With the horses we have here, we don't have to worry. We have all the horsepower and all the scope in them. The ring makes them perform very good. The horses, they feel it. It's a special show. I have Kobe and Sinade here. I have a very good feeling on him for this weekend. We know we can always trust him, and he has delivered tons of good results in the Global Tour. And I hope for him that he's in good shape. He feels unbelievable. We are here to really make a big step forward and hoping it works out.
In the life of a rider, each jump is a journey, every heartbeat an opportunity, and competition is where the spectacle begins. Every victory, a celebration. Amidst the luxury and elegance, I found my home. I recall the highs and lows as if they were yesterday. But for every triumph, there's a battle fought. For every leap forward, a step back in time. The tension between competitors fuels the fire. It's a dance between skill and determination, culminating in podiums and triumphant celebrations. From city to city, we cross the globe in pursuit of glory, overcoming obstacles and embracing the challenge at every turn. Each rider is a testament to perseverance and dedication. Each competitor a source of inspiration and motivation. As I look back on the journey, I see the challenges, the triumphs, the moments that define us, each memory etched in the fabric of time, shaping us into who we are today. Together, we've written a story of courage and passion. And as we gaze towards the future, let us remember that the true essence of sport lies not in the outcome, but in the journey it inspires. Today begins a new story, and I want to live it with you here in the new season of the Longines Global Champions Tour and Global Champions League.
Don't miss out on the Global Champions 2024 season.
These are some of the hardest shows in the world.
Competing against top of the world.
Each team is required to have one under 25 rider.
If you're good enough, you make it, and if not, then it's a little difficult.
It's not like a car. When it's broken, you bring it to the garage and it's fixed.
It's my special horse.
Yeah, there it is.
He changed my life.
What a start from the championship.
It's overwhelming.
It's a dream come true for me to be here.
The score now rises.
I'm stressed.
You can be on top of the world the 1 week and then at the bottom of the pile the next week.
Ooh, and it comes to a stop.
Jumping good as well. They always say you're as good as your last round.
Show jumping is down to the finest details.
Not trying to be fifth, just trying to be first.
Look at that! Unbelievable!
That one will be hard to beat.
Some of these under 25 riders will be the champions of tomorrow.
This feeling is...
I'm here to win and not just take part.
Elegance is an attitude. No gene. There was a moment that I want to give up. I decided to train 2 times as hard and prove myself that I'm good enough.
Sana Tyson, coming soon.
The hardest thing is to pull yourself together after a bad day and face the next competition.
Find out how you can keep moving forward with John Whittaker soon.
Elegance is an attitude. No gene.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the beautiful city of Rabat. Welcome back to the Global Champions League final of the 2024 season. My name is Mark Lewis. This is GCTV, and we have officially crowned new GCL champions for the year. Congratulations to the Can Stars, powered by the Iron Dames, who, with a double clear in round one, have done enough and done what they've needed to do to crown themselves champions. There is still a lot to fight for as far as the GCL Super Cup semi-finals are concerned. Those teams that are bubbling under, Doha Falcons, Prague Lions, all going head-to-head. What seems to be one final position. A double clear from the Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M, looks to keep them settled in third. But of course, with the second round of jumping to follow later on today, anything can still happen. Let's show you what a virtual ranking looks like at the moment. And you will notice, as we mentioned, front and center, top is a golden Can Stars. It means that nothing can happen in the second round that can take the title away from them. There is nothing that Riesenbeck can do. They are champions. Riesenbeck comfortable in second and will jump a GCL Super Cup semi-final. Stockholm, for now, look comfortable. But then Doha Falcons and Prague Lions start to get very tight. Just 4 points separating those two teams. Falcons Wart United and Madrid in Motion. Well, they are not too far behind, but that's a lot of room to try and make up over just a single stage of jumping. So are we looking at a straight shootout between Doha and Prague? That is still to be decided. Which of these two teams then is going to have the better second round? Oof, it's going to be a very tense second round of Global Champions League show jumping, that is for sure. Once again, we welcome you back to Rabat and we get ready for the second round. The big question now becomes what has taken place from GCL round 1 to GCL round 2. What have the managers that are here present been saying to their riders? To those that are not, what have they been sending over the phone? What has the messaging been for this second round? I've already seen Simon de Lestre walk through in individual clothing, so we know that he is not playing any part of the Doha Falcons in GCL round 2. But let's go to Fredrik de Backer for the first time here in this pre-studio. Fredrik, let's talk about changes, as the wind, I feel, has started to pick up quite significantly here this afternoon. Let's talk about GCL round 2. What changes have been made? What looks significant for you on that start list?
This is what you get from a 25-euro haircut, Mark. It's all over the place. What has changed? Lots of things have changed. One thing that hasn't changed, Prague Lions, powered by Czech Equestrian Team. The Vos and Thibaut Spitz, same horses, same riders, no changes at all. And that's one of the few horses or teams that didn't make any changes. From there on, plenty of changes. Julien Epaillard comes in with Donatello Doge for Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M Wheel of Horses. Falcons Wart United, totally new team. Aiding comes in with Coolio. Gilles Thomas with Luna. That means no Edwina Tops Alexander. That's also a very impressive team. And of course, they come out strong for that second round to maybe still get inside that top 4. But the question is it not too little, too late? Same, for example, with Madrid in Motion, where Elwicke is replaced by Beauville, where Mate Inter-Ruitershof is replaced by Rockfeller de Pléville, Bamako. They bring their A-team out for the second round as well. But with so many clears in the first round, you wonder if the efforts from Madrid, if the efforts from Valkenswaard will be enough, because those other teams didn't really drop the ball. Only Prague Lions came out with a rail, and so we have to look at that other team, that is Doha Falcons. There, Dexter Fontenay, like I already said, comes off the team. So does Simon de Lestre, and it is actually the entry. And I just forgot who's on the team. Julien Anquetin, sorry about that. Completely forgot who was on the team. Julien Anquetin with Blood Diamond Dupont replaces the Frenchman. Yeah, absolutely. Replaces the Frenchman and comes onto the team. So Doha with that Olympic IQ of Willem Vermeer and with Blood Diamond, who was on the podium already of the Grand Prix in Miami, that very good horse. So Doha actually with a really, really strong set of horses to pull this, to carry this across the line and to put them for the first time in their existence inside the top 4 and straight into the semi-final, Mark.
Absolutely, and with a 5-point advantage over Prague as it stands, a strong second round lineup. It does look as if though our Falcons, as you say, Frederick, are knocking on the door of history as a franchise and could well secure that final position. Let's talk about what they're going to have to jump, Frederick. 8 double clears in round 1 made it suggest that it was quite easy work. I don't imagine that a round 2 is ever going to be light and easy, so talk to us about what's been put together here for round 2.
Well, I walked the course and I thought, wait a minute, this first part of the course is completely different than the second part of the course. What do you need to know about the first part? For example, the fence there with the yellow wings and the white rails, that is fence 5, if I'm right. Yeah, that's fence 5. If you have to go to fence 6, it's all the way to the other side. Also, all the approaches from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, they're all open lines. It's all long, it's all open. And then all of a sudden, for example, 7 to 8. If you're on a short striding horse, you will need to add up there to fence 8. There is a very awkward turn. I'm just gonna, because I see that Hendrik van Eckerman is discussing it. There's a bizarre turn into this combination. Or you have to go behind the fence, or you have to go in front, but it's never ever comfortable. Just see how good my cameraman can run. It's not so bad, actually, not so bad. Gentlemen, there's a big discussion. Oh, Philip Weishaupt, if you're running away, then I come and catch you. There's a big discussion here going on, and the boys think that it's absolutely right. Philip, is it inside or outside? In front or behind?
The safe way is to go around, and the risky one is to go inside. So
and you are?
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank God enough, I'm not first to go, so we can have a look later.
Still struggling for your identity?
Yeah, sometimes, every day.
I know the feeling, don't worry, I'll let you go. So this man has a very clear identity. There we go, still chatting to Evelina Tovek. When is he done? Seems to be done. Henrik, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Also good, thank you very much. You're the first one to ask. Thank you, that's very kind of you. Is this an inside turn or an outside turn? How do you look at this approach to the double?
Yeah, I have to say he didn't do it so nice here because it stands very out of line. So if you go inside, the risk that, I mean, the B you don't even see. So I think it's very risky.
Your own King Edward makes things easier, but you also need to control everything. For you, at this point, if I have to ask you now, you have to make your plan. It's outside or inside?
For me, my thoughts is on Sunday. So I think I will do the outside, but you never know.
All right, I'll keep an eye on that. Thank you very much, Hendrik van Eckerman. His mind is on Sunday. That's interesting to hear. Of course, he hasn't won the Launching Global Champions Tour Grand Prix. That's what he's thinking of, Mark. Just another look here at how this looks. Also, Turturiello is having a chat. Also, Ben Meer with Natalie Dean is having a chat about how this should be approached coming out of this combination. Then there's the vertical. It's a 2-stride vertical, by the way, with a very tall 2-stride combination, tall vertical to come out. And then as we are here, anyway, I don't know how much time we have. I didn't really hear that. Then this is the final fence. Here at fence 13 on an 8-stride approach, but it's also a little bit of a half stride. It's a waiting distance to fence 12. So if you think about it, in the beginning, everything is very flowing, everything moves, everything is open. You don't have to think about really adding strides or leaving out. And then all of a sudden, you come into that line 7 to 8, you have to wait. Here you have to really organize yourself. But I just want to take you through it. If you have to make your turn here, and we've discussed it a lot in commentary already, if you make a turn like this, if you look at it, and I wasn't really good in geometry, I think this is an angle of, what is that? That's less than 45 degrees. So it completely breaks your rhythm. You completely drop down in your pace. So you have to try to come with a good swing through this turn so you get over that back rail. This is a puzzle, Mark. This is a conundrum, if you ask me. I wonder if you can solve it for me. We'll have to wait and see how it comes out with the riders. But this is a very, very interesting turn and an interesting track as well. A track with 2 faces.
Frederick, I couldn't do geography or geometry, and it's why I keep you. So if you are failing at that, then all of a sudden we are in real trouble. We need some additional support then, that is for sure. Track of two faces, I like that. And I also like the comment of Henrik van Ackermann that not only are the riders focusing on GCL round 2, but for some riders, all of a sudden the Grand Prix at the end of the weekend becomes a real big talking point as well for King Edward for a golden ticket, an entry into the Super Grand Prix. Something to consider. Frederick de Backer, we'll let you go and head back into your commentary positions. Thank you very much, Frederick de Backer. Catch up with them again soon. I told you that the wind was blowing, and Frederick is dealing with that here in the ring here outside in the studio. Back to work, back to business, shall we? Let's talk about what took place in round 1. What brings us to this point in Global Champions League round 2 now. There were some really important moments as we wait for Rosie Turner to get some riders for us as well, to get some thoughts and reaction as to what they are going to jump. A long conversation between Frederick and Philip Weishout and Henrik van Ackermann about that inside or outside. It seems like that inside, because B becomes completely hidden. That inside becomes really risky. But for a team perhaps like the Doha Falcons or the Prague Lions that are fighting for a lot here in the second round, does that risk need to be taken? How brave or how foolish is it to take that risk? Whether you succeed or if you fail, that outcome could well have a massive, massive bearing on the end of your season. That's why we stand by and wait for the Global Champions League round 2 to come through here in Rabat. Let's show you then round 1, the results. This is what brings us into GCL round 2, as we mentioned. This is how the teams stand at the halfway point. Mexico Amigos, what an outstanding performance from them. They were sensational in round 1. A real surprise, the fastest of the double clears. The Shanghai Swans looking to try and replicate their form that we saw in Shanghai earlier on this year. Stockholm Hearts, as we said, looking comfortable for 3rd place. And then the Doha Falcons far ahead of the Prague Lions here because of that double clear, and 5 points clear as well in the overall championship standings now virtually. They do look to be the front runners to get into that final spot available in those semi-finals at the GC playoffs in Riyadh next month. Speaking of the Doha Falcons, let's get some reaction from them. Let's hear from Rosie Turner once more as to what have been the thoughts of the Doha Falcons. Let's go over to Rosie and let's get some reaction. Rosie?
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Actually, the Doha Falcons have gone off to get ready, so I've actually bumped into Julien Effayad from the Stockholm Hearts. It's all to play for them. Of course, a fantastic first round. You're coming in for the second round. What do you make of this course? It looks big.
Yeah, it's very big. It looks very delicate. The triple combination come really at the beginning of the round, so it's already a big effort for the third one, for the C. And after it's very, very open. Yeah, very, very open. And for the last 5 fences, it's everything very close. So we need to keep energy from the horses and keep control to finish the round. Yeah, the final of the course will be difficult.
Marlon and Olivier created a perfect round 1. Did you discuss with them about this course together?
Yeah, we spoke together. We have different horses with Malin. We ride together for the team in the second round. Yeah, she will. She have some different strike to do in the line, but okay, we keep my horse fresh for the second round. The horse of Malin have a lot of blood, so yeah. Cross the finger, and we hope we have the good decision.
It's all about the cementing that place in the top 4. You're very much in there. Are you confident that you can keep that place?
Yeah, we hope. It's helped a lot in Riyadh for the playoff if we stay in the 4 best. So yeah, we will fight for this and try to keep our place.
It's a strong team. Good luck.
Thank you.
Right, thank you very much to Rosie Tapner. Thank you very much to Julien Effayad. What a rider to have lying in the wings, to wait to come in for a Global Champions League round 2. You talk about being blessed. Well, for the Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M We Love Horses, to have a man like Julien Effayad standing by to now come in to really drive that home. He now goes on to join Marlon Baed Jonsson, who once again jumps on H&M Indiana. Now, if you want to chat to our winners later on tonight, we give you the opportunity here on GCTV always to be a part of the show, to send your questions, to send your thoughts through to us. You have the opportunity to do so via social media here today. As always, fire some questions through to us. Our social media team will take a look at those questions, select the best ones, and bring them through to the studio for us. And your question from @GCL_official will be asked through to the winners here tonight, who will join me in studio a little bit later on this evening. This is stage 15. It is the final stage of the 2024 season, as we find ourselves right now at the last hurdle, the last fence, shall we say, of this dramatic, sensational season. Champions have been crowned, and now the fight turns to the playoffs. How high can those teams that are outside of the semi-final positions put themselves? Remember, those teams that find themselves from 5th to 14th on the table are trying to earn as much ground as possible, because will give them a later starting position in the quarterfinal. You do not want to go early in that quarterfinal. The later you can go, the better. So everyone outside of those top 4 contending positions are still fighting for a position today. And of course, as we mentioned, if you are the Doha Falcons, if you are the Prague Lions, you are trying to avoid that quarterfinal completely. Join us in a few moments' time as we get ready for Global Champions League Round 2 live from Rabat. This is GCTV and the conclusion of our big final stage here on the African continent for the very first time is next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rabat, to the Moroccan capital, for an exciting day here on the launching Global Champions Tour and Global Champions League. It is Friday, and GCL will also be on the way. That also means that today we will hold the qualifier for the launching Global Champions Tour Grand Prix. However, the Grand Prix is not tomorrow, the day after Global Champions League. No, the Grand Prix is on Saturday. So this class will function as a Grand Prix qualifier, and the Grand Prix is in 2 days' time. Tomorrow, a meter 55 jump-off class scheduled just as well. It's windy, it's sunny, but windy here in the Maghreb region. We are not far. There you have it. There is the Atlantic Ocean, and it blows quite a bit of wind onto our showground here in Rabat. In the background is the mausoleum of Mohammed V. There is the Hassan Tower on the right of your screen, the Grand Theatre of Rabat, which has been finished only a few years ago. Beautiful, the conflict, the contrast between modern architecture and historic ancient culture. Lots of culture also on the fences that Dujana Vizzani has positioned on this course for this Grand Prix qualification. There is an interesting group of horses and riders that have traveled to Morocco for the first ever launching Global Champions Tour event on African soil, the first ever 5-star event on Moroccan soil as well. So there's plenty to look out for, because all the big names are here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a very exciting Grand Prix qualifier. We are talking about Messi van der Uitershof, Vertigo du Désert, Fellow Castlefield. We are talking about H&M Miro, Electric Blue, Napoli, Bonami, Jefferson is in. We've got Azaria de Nero, there's King Edward, there's Casual, there's Beauville, there's Rockefeller, there's Coolio, there's Luna, there's Sinclair, Just Be Gentle, Kobe, IQ, just going through the list, Indiana, Donatello Doge, Killer Queen, Exit Remo, and if looks could kill. So a very interesting lineup, not only of riders, but also with their leading horses. And just a quick look, we've got a total of 44 on the list. That means that 4 will not be able to compete, 4 will not make the cut for the Grand Prix of Sunday afternoon. And that'll be the Grand Prix that is going to decide of who is going to win the launching Global Champions Tour of 2024. Who is going to follow in the footsteps of Ben Meyer, who won last year's season. It's a battle between Kukuk and Kuner. And as you already heard, we have got Kukuk in this group with Just Be Gentle. And we also have Kuner in this group with Electric Blue P. There is your start list with all those horses. Grand Prix winner Messi, very early to go with Janne Frederike Meyer Zimmerman. De Lestre brings in Olga, probably will opt for Dexter in the Grand Prix should he qualify for the Grand Prix. And so it continues with Grand Prix winners like Miro, like Electric Blue there, Max Kühner in the middle. Of course, you expect him to qualify just like Christian Koekkoek with Just Be Gentle. Another Grand Prix winner this season, Bonami with Abdel Said, Scott Brash with the multi-winner, Hello Jefferson, King Edwards with Hendrik van Eckermann. World number 1 is 24th to go and has got an interesting view on the course that has been built. The two youngsters, Casual and Impress, who is a Grand Prix winner already at the age of 9. The stallion of Thibaut Spitz, then Beauville, then Rockefeller, then Coolio, then Luna, then Sinclair. That is an impressive lineup. And then we go down to the latter stages of this qualification with Just Be Gentle, with Kobe, IQ, Blood Diamond, and there at the end, Killer Riyadh in just over a month's time. So no pressure at all for the rest of the stage. This final stage of the season, the grand finale of the Longines Global Champions Tour and Global Champions League, as we are here at this event presented by Qatar's Years of Culture as part of the Qatar-Morocco 2024 Year of Culture. Here is Messi, and there is Jana Meyer with the gelding by Plot Blue and For Pleasure, whose little sister, Luna van der Uitdushof, won the Mexico Grand Prix a few weeks before the brother won the Cannes Grand Prix. Stay in front of Years of Culture, that is a fairly easy turn, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the combination. Vertical, vertical, Oxford to come out, stay in front again, triple combination inside but built as a speed course. And very quickly, poof, out of the blue, the vertical pops up. It's a long, long gallop actually. Tempting the riders to open up the stride. And then out of the turn and away from the in-gate, the first interesting line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Long striding Messi makes 7. This is also a question mark. You can go in front into the double. She goes behind into the double with Messi. 2-stride double combination. Oxer, vertical, all drifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Deep on 6. Inside turn to the wall. Very light material next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then awkward turn again to the final fence. The Hassan Tower with the plank on 7 and home on clear. 76.81 seconds. Time allowed is 86, so 10 seconds inside the time allowed. That is a good run from Janne Friederike Meyer-Zimmermann. And Messi van der Ruitershof de clear guarantees her a spot in the Grand Prix. Beautiful showground and lots of cuddles for Messi as Simon de Lestre is now in the ring. The bell has rung for him on Olga van der Kruishoeven. And we know that the Lestre can be fast and that with this mare he can post a fast time to qualify highly and then to start late with Dexter Fontenay in in Sunday's Grand Prix. Flowing 5 into the triple. That jumps beautifully, nicely. Look at him push, look at him flow. Olga by El Torreo de Muse and Nabab de Rêve. Does he go in front? What does he do? Doesn't risk it, goes behind the Hassan Tower. Second and a half in front of Janne Meyer de Lestre. Rolls back. Long 5, it's a short 6 or a long 5. They all opt for the long 5. And then the finish, and de Lestre takes the lead in 74.2. De Lestre and Olga van der Kruishoeven in the style that we know from them. Fast, efficient, clean and safe. And so now it is de Lestre on top. He's 2.5 seconds faster than Janne Frederike Meyer-Zimmermann. A good clear from de Lestre and Olga van der Kruishoeven as we now shift the focus to Owen McMahon. And McMahon is on Zidane. Zidane is by Zinedine. Who else was by Zinedine? Indeed, Zinedine, the great Grand Prix horse, Olympic horse, previous Olympic horse of Philippe Weishaupt, now reportedly Yves Jobs. But also Zinedine, who's here, is also by Zinedine. Zinedine was by Guida. So this Zidane is 10, it's a Hanoverian bred out of a Sandro Z Frühlingsball mare. And Zidane is co-owned by Madeleine Wilte-Schulze. With Owen McMahon, this Zidane now jumps his first meter 60 class in his career. And there goes the top rail. And who produced this horse as a youngster? Ludger Beerbaum rode it as a 6-year-old. And a short stint with Sandor Sass and Franz Josef Steiner. And then since the beginning of the year with Owen. Remember Chico? Chico was by Cordalmé, a winner at meter 60 with Philippe Weishaupt. Well, that's the half-brother of this Zidane. McMahon with Zidane. And if you wonder who was Chico, well, Chico, oh, there goes a block onto the wall. Chico, he was second in the Hamburg Grand Prix with Weishaupt more than almost 10 years ago. The finish for Zidane, who has a strong touch on the plank as well. It is 8 penalties come the end of this course. 8 penalties in 82.02 seconds for Owen McMahon and Zidane. And that means that stallion, Zinedine of Ludger Beerbaum, has become quite a good producer of horses. Don't know how many he bred, but with Zinedine, Zinedream, and now this Zidane, he has impact. In the ring is a former LGCT champion. It's been a while since she pleased us with a visit. But here is Luciana Diniz with Vertigo du Désert. Diniz, the 2015 champion of the Longines Global Champions Tour, when she overpowered Scott Brash and Rolf Joran Bengtsson in the phenomenal season with winning moods and a great mare fit for fun. Now with Vertigo du Désert, the gelding by My Lord Carthago and Robin Z. Swift, very forward, and everything fits, everything suits nicely. You don't see her do much in the saddle. Efficient run, no martingale. Very free look of Vertigo. Oh, that's a nice turn in the landing straight away, cutting into the turn. Good shot to the wall. Oh, a little bit of hesitation. That's a deep stride. Gets away with it. Leaves the plank up and is there on a clear round in 74.45. She's 0.25 of a second slower than de Lestre, and so it is second place for Luciana Diniz and Vertigo du Désert. Second place, the clear round guarantees her of a spot in the Grand Prix. Discussing that jump, the shape, I guess, from the Qatar-Morocco fence up to the wall. Over to Abdelkebir Ouaddar. Abdelkebir with Istanbul van het Ooievaarshof. Stallion by Casal Calido and Azur de Polstra. Hosen has done phenomenal things for Abdelkebir. World Cup winner here in Morocco in El Jadida. And of course the horse that he jumped at the Olympics in Tokyo. Early rail Abdelkebir at the first fence, the upright of Longines has hit the deck, and so the Moroccan rider who enjoys the support of His Majesty Mohammed VI now has to make sure that he keeps it on just a 4 and maybe a fast 4 in order to qualify for that Grand Prix. On a flowing 7. And that is gone. Now he's on 8. That might rank him behind Owen McMahon, depending on the time. That will be 5th out of 5 riders. Abdelkebir Ouaddar, the 2-time podium finisher on the Longines Global Champions Tour. Istanbul and Abdelkebir with the 2 difficult distances at the 2 last fences and a time penalty to add. It makes it 9 in 86.90 seconds. Abdelkebir Ouaddar and Istanbul van het Ooievaarshof. He has to hope and pray that 4 riders come out with a result worse than his. 9 penalties in 86.90. There the mausoleum on the left and the Hassan Tower on the right. Beautiful river as well that starts in the Atlas Mountains. And finds the Atlantic Ocean here in Rabat. Edwina Thompson-Alexander is on course. Edwina with fellow Castlefield. Moser is also expected to jump the LGCT Grand Prix should she qualify. Thompson-Alexander close to qualifying for the Super Grand Prix, but Gilles Thomas pipped it to the post in that Grand Prix in in Shanghai. Half a second behind on the time of the Leicester. That's not the biggest problem. That's not an issue at all. It is mainly about jumping clear. Not really riding for the clock and for the time. Just aiming for a steady clear round on fallow. Should she worry about the time allowed? Well, by now would get the feeling. 86 is allowed just in time. There she comes, Edwina Taps-Alexander in 84.28 seconds. It's a clear for the Australian, guaranteed to be qualified for the Grand Prix of Saturday. And that'll be the Longines Global Champions 2 Grand Prix of Rabat, presented by Qatar's Year of Culture, as a part of the Qatar-Morocco 2024 Year of Culture, the partnership between the two Arab countries. This is that Hassan Tower. Atlantic in the background. And the Bou Regreg River that splits the Salé area of Rabat and the center of Rabat. There's Niels Bruinseels. He is on Origi van de Vosberg, the Belgian, with his Belgian horse. The breeder is actually present here in Rabat as well. Origi by Echo van Spieveld. His talent that Bruinseels used to ride himself up to Grand Prix level. Pedro van de Barlebluis earlier in GCL with Mariana Frautjes Chavez is also by that sire, by Echo van Spieveld. Oh, I was just going to say that fence sits on the edge of the shadow of the tent and the sunshine. And that's where he pings. Bruinseels on 4 with Origi. 2 riders on 8, McMahon and Ouattara. And nobody with the inside turn into this double. Nobody risks it. Bruinseels with 8 and the 80.64 as the time for Bruinseels. Also the penultimate fence there, the front rail went and the Belgian sits on 8. He's the fastest on 8 to bear it a little bit as good news. Bruinseels 80.64, McMahon 82.02 and Abdelkabir Ouattara is actually on 9 in 86.9. Niels Bruinseels in 5th, 2 riders behind him at the moment. Very light material there, fences at 12, the rails at 12 there, the breeders. The lady on the left. And over now to the beautiful Jean Couture. Jean Couture, the stallion by Arezzo, with Nicolas Paul. Arezzo Tangelo van de Zuidhoeve is the pedigree. He's actually bred by the Radstakke. That's the stud farm where Tangelo is at stud. Nicolas Paul, who jumped a great Grand Prix of London with this horse. Single rail down in what I believe was their first 5-star Grand Prix. And Jean Couture traveled to Rabat on the plane with Arlo de Blondel. All horses came by plane before they fly back to Europe and then plan their departure to Riyadh, of course. All rided on a very easy 7, little bit of leg and a little bit of a forward flow, and you get the 7 to that vertical. Another one that goes wide around the Hassan Tower, but he's too deep there, too deep to the double combination, and Nicolas Paul on 4. Oh, and it's another deep one, just like Brown says, but she gets away with it. And Nicolas Paul, another long shot, and home on 4, and just in time. It's 84.25 seconds for Nicolas Paul, and Jean Couture, it ranks him 5th at the moment, as the only one on 4 penalties. That will do for qualification for the Grand Prix, Nicolas Paul and Jean Couture. There, the man of the left, on the right rather, is Marcel Rosier, himself a former, or a Olympic champion. Montreal, what is it, 76? And father, of course, of another Olympic medalist and champion of Philippe Rosier. Marcel still very active in the famous French fences auction. And team coach of the Moroccan equestrian team. And so he's present to support and watch how Vincent Zacharias Bourguignon is going to do with a 9-year-old Junius van de Heffik. Junius by Vidal Group, Jos, Cabrio and Beach Boy. Never jumped the meter 60 class before, comes directly out of the dam line of the great Coral Reef Via Volo of BC Madam. But this is the first meter 60 class for Junius. Jumped 1 in Wiesbaden, but had to retire. And now the second try for Vincent Bourguignon, who's based in Belgium. Takes his time, nice and light in his saddle. Got a very positive approach to fence 7. Very confident as well in Junius, who is just a 9-year-old. And there goes the front rail. Ooh, and a sigh of disappointment to be heard here from the large grandstand at the short side of the ring. Still hoping, and there's the extra stride. Bourguignon has the control to make the extra stride, is on 4, might risk a time penalty. 86 is allowed, he's inside the time, 84.9. That should be enough to qualify for the Grand Prix of Sunday. Bourguignon on 4 penalties. He's 6th at the moment, behind Nicolas Paul. But you would expect that result of 4 penalties to suffice for Sunday's Grand Prix. We continue with another Moroccan rider. It is El Ghali Bouka with Ugolino Duclos. And Bouka, Bourguignon and Abdelkebir Ouaddar. Oh, and just like Abdelkebir Ouaddar, it is a fault. Yeah, the first fence for El Ghali Bouka. So the 3 Moroccan riders who formed the team for the African Games that Morocco won here in Morocco, where it was held. And Bouka now on 8. And plenty of jumping still to do for the Moroccan rider with Ugolino. Always by Lac de Triomphe and Roi des Elfes, French bred. Lots of French horses here in Morocco. And currently last in the standings after the first 9 riders, Abdelkebir Ouaddar. He added a time penalty to his result. He's on 9. How about El Ghali Bouka? Bourguignon in a good position to qualify for the Grand Prix. Turns inside. Difficult to turn, difficult to steer, close to the wall. Added stride on 8 to the plank, and he has that down, and that puts him in the last spot. He was the 10th rider to go. He ranks 10th at the moment. Abdelkebir Rouadar is 9th, and 10th is El Ghalibuka, which makes it now very difficult for those Moroccan riders to qualify for the Grand Prix of Sunday. Gaudiano brings Nicolai de Music to a left canter, and the approach to the Longines vertical that fell twice already in this Grand Prix qualifier for the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Rabat, presented by Qatar's Year of Culture. Oh, and there it goes. It's a light touch on the back rail from Nicolai de Music. And now the tension. Not much can go wrong. We have got 4 clears, 2 on 4 and 3 on 8. 44 will compete in this qualifier. Means that 4 will not make the cut. Now Gaudiano generally is a fast man. Fast 4 is Nicolas Paul, 84.25. That is very reasonable for Gaudiano. Fast 8, should not a rail fall, is the 80.64 of Bruinseels. Gaudiano somewhat struggling with the control there through the turn. And there it's gone. The block and the wall is gone, and Gaudiano is now on 8. Looking at the time of Bruinseels, 80.64, not making that time. Looking at the time of McMahon, 82.02, not making that time. Oh no, that means that Emanuele Gaudiano finishes in a fairly slow pace, a fairly slow run, and that Gaudiano ranks behind McMahon, in front of the 2 Moroccans, and is currently 9th, Emanuele Gaudiano, with Nicolai de Music. A front toe at the top block of the wall. De Lestre is 1, Diniz is 2, Meyer Zimmerman is 3, Tops Alexander is 4, Nicolas Paul is 5, and then Vincent Bourguignon. That means that Bourguignon and Bruinseels in 6th and 7th are guaranteed of a spot in the Grand Prix. Cut-off result is 8 penalties in 82.02 of Owen McMahon now. Over to Michael Duffy. He is on Calypso de Beaufour. Another one by Diamant de Semilly. Oxer and 1, 2, 3. Oh, they get a little bit long there. Looked at for a moment there, Calypso drifted in that line. Duffy turns inside, as they all did, and there's a little bit of hesitation to the wall, but they're still clear. And a deep stride, and he doesn't get over the oxer, puts him on 4 holes now for the blank, and it's 4 to finish in 81.43 seconds. Duffy is 5th at the moment as the fastest on 4 penalties in this Grand Prix qualification. Michael Duffy and Calypso de Beaufour. Duffy with 4 penalties there. In the middle of the ring is David Will, and Will is on Zinedine Dream. So we spoke already about Zinedine and about Zidane earlier. This is another one by Zinedine Dream with David Will. The German, no duties in round 2 for New York Empire, powered by Lugano Diamonds. That'll be up to Dennis Lynch and Scott Brash. So Will with Zinedine Dream, the stallion by Zinedine and contender, owned by Gestüt Bonhomme. Even could hold for 7 strides. That's how big the step is of the stallion. And now really speeding up round Hassan Tower into the double. First shot out of the turn into the combination. Oh, and a block. He couldn't get quite straight and then just dragged the block out of the wall, putting him on 4, but his time is excellent, 74.45, just a fraction slower than the Lestre, actually the same time as Diniz, but David Will comes through on 4 penalties, and David Will is 5th at the moment. Tops Alexander, Zimmerman and Diniz and the Lestre, they jumped clear, but it is 4 penalties, a very fast 4 for David Will and for Zinedine Dream. Few left to go from the individuals in this qualifier, actually 3. And then it is round 2 of Global Champions League. First of those 3 is Olivier Philippaerts with his Stockholm Grand Prix winner with H&M Miro by Diamant de Semilly, and Canan, another H&M horse. He was part of the H&M team. Stockholm Hearts powered by H&M earlier in GCL round 1. And he's being replaced by Julien Epaillard in an attempt to secure a top 4 position for the team. And his newborn son has also traveled to Rabat and sees that daddy has got the 2nd fence down, the Moroccan flag. Little César, that's actually how it should be pronounced in French. Made his first trip with mom and dad to Rabat. Now Philippaerts trying to keep a good rhythm to stay within the group of riders on 4 penalties. Then you're guaranteed to qualify. Oh, and there's another one that goes. And now it is 8, and it's going to come down to time. Needs to be faster than McMahon. Needs to be faster than 82.02 to qualify for the Grand Prix. If he's slower, he's not qualified just yet. If he's faster, he's in. 82.02. Oh, it's going to be a cliffhanger. 82.02 is going to be slower. McMahon is guaranteed to be in. Philippaerts is 84.24. He goes even behind Gaudiano and is third last at the moment. Not yet in the Grand Prix. Olivier Philippaerts with Etienne Miro. Philippaerts and Miro, the Stockholm Grand Prix winner. Might not qualify for the Rabat Grand Prix. Manuel Fernandez Saro gives it a go. Manuel Fernandez Saro on the 10-year-old French-bred Ésilise du Mesnil by Classique Bois Margot. And Tinker's boy, and just like Philippaerts, the same fault now for the Spaniard. Manuel Fernandez Saro on 4 penalties, and he's halfway the course now. Triple combination behind him, one more combination to jump. Oh, and they're nearly unbalanced. Drifted to the left as he jumped fence 7. Now tries to keep him nice and straight. Trying to keep Ésilise du Mesnil through the middle of those fences, that it doesn't clip a back rail. And Manuel Fernandez Saro with Philippaerts made it on 8. This man makes it on 4, and that puts him inside the Grand Prix. Ésilise du Mesnil and Manuel Fernandez Saro, the pressure on his shoulders after that fault at the second fence, but kept the head cool, though Ésilise did scare us there for a moment at fence 7. But in the end, left it all standing. This is fence 12 with those very small rails. They're smaller than the ordinary rails that you have on course, and also that grayish color blends in with the sand. Very, very difficult to jump there at fence 12. Keep an eye on that fence just before 13, obviously, as fence 12 on a difficult angle from 12 to 13 as well. There goes Max Kühner. This is important. Max Kühner has to qualify, of course. Has to qualify for the Grand Prix in order to be still in a fighting position to win the Launching Global Champions Tour season. That means that Kühner has to finish on a score better than 8 and faster than 82.59. Kühner on Electric Blue P. Nice and steady, a safe run so far. Oh, there was a strong touch on the back rail. Max gave Electric Blue a little bit of room to fence 7 to really fly and jump into the line to make the 7 easy. 7 strides to fence 8. Oh, and there, stays low over the vertical. Coming out of the double. Kuhner, 3 fences left. 2 fences left to qualify. With only 1 fence left to jump, things cannot go wrong. Kuhner will qualify for the Grand Prix. Where will he rank? He comes home clear in 79.99 and he goes 4th. So fairly late to go, Max Kuhner, in the Grand Prix on Sunday. Good position to put the pressure on Christian Kuckuck, who is to jump later in GCL and try to qualify there for the Grand Prix as well. But Kuhner rather, has done his part of the job. And poof, there. Front and hind end. Oh, that stays up. And Kuhner can walk out as a happy man, knows that his job is done for today. He'll jump Julius in tomorrow's meter 55 class and then keep this boy ready for the championship decider in that Grand Prix on Sunday. Final Grand Prix of the season here at the final. Kuhner indeed is 4th. In front of him, Meyer, Zimmermann, Diniz and De Lestre. 5 have jumped clear out of a group of 16, ladies and gentlemen. That is the individual qualifier. We move into Global Champions League. The final is about to commence and it's coming up live right here from Rabat in Morocco. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finale of the Global Champions League of 2024. We are in Morocco, we are in Rabat. It is the first time that the tour and the league land on African soil, and we've come here especially for the final. The first round is behind us, the second round is upon us, and it's going to decide about who will make the top 4, who will go straight to the semi-final at the Super Cup in Prague, and who, unfortunately, will have to jump those dreaded quarter-finals. Plenty of teams still hot in that race, and hot, well, it's not that hot here. It's a sunny and windy afternoon, as you can see. But one thing, one very special title has already been decided. That is, of course, the championship title, and the title is won by the Can Stars, powered by the Iron Dames. This is an overall ranking from before, or let's say after Rome, but with their completion of round 1 of the league here in Rabat, Can Stars, powered by Iron Dames, cannot be overtaken, and that means that they are the 2024 champions, and it means that they now carry the crown that was worn by Riesenbeck International, powered by Kingsland, for 2 seasons, the 2022 and 2023 champions. Let's have a look at how round 1 came about and how the standings look after that first round. Can Stars, powered by Iron Dames, with Sophie Hinnes and Janne Frederica Meyer-Zimmermann. The goal, the target was clear. make it to the finish line and just leave the ring in the saddle and you're good. Well, Hinus and Zimmermann had a bit more on their mind. They thought, well, if we're going to win the championships, let's try to win it in style. And so they jumped a double clear to put them in contention for the win come the end of this second round. Lots of happy faces, delighted team with everybody present. Prague Lions, powered by the Czech Equestrian team, were in a challenge for the top 4. Because Prague, sitting in 4th place, only had a 1-point advantage on Doha Falcons. But Thibaut Spitz, with Impress K van het Kattenheijen, dropped a single rail, putting the Prague Lions on 4 penalties, and their combined slow time puts them rather low in the standings, puts them actually in 10th place. Doha Falcons, their direct rivals, with Willem Vermeer on his Olympic IQ and De Lestre on Dexter Fontenay. They were only a point behind Prague Lions, and so if they could jump double clear, they would do a great job and do some great business with the eye on the quarterfinals and the top 4 in the standings. And so they did jump double clear, and now it is advantage Doha Falcons. Now they have become the hunted, where they were the hunter in round 1. Valkenswaard United needed bad performances from Prague and Doha in order to play a role themselves, but with the double clear of Doha, the clear round of Edwina Tapps-Alexander will not have such a great impact come the end of this season. At least that is what it looks like, because all of a sudden also Gilles Thomas, with his returning Hermitage Cologne, also jumped double clear and somehow still keeps that dream alive of being able to play a role, because who knows what is going to happen in this second round of Global Champions League. Valkenswaard United also double clear. And that is how it stands right now. Mexico Amigos lead after round 1. Shanghai Swans come second. Then Stockholm Hearts, Rome Gladiators, Doha Falcons, Riesenbeck International, Cannes Stars, and also Valkenswaard United. That means that 8 teams have jumped double clear. That also means that the first round was maybe not challenging enough. It also means that so much can still be swapped around. Basically, from 1st to 10th, anything and everything can happen. Don't be surprised if Prague Lions do make it onto the podium in the end. Or how difficult has the course been built by Ujano Vezzani. That, of course, will have a big impact on the outcome as well. But obviously, with 8 teams on double clear, nothing is decided, not in terms of stage win, and in fairness, also not in terms of top 4 position. This is that course built by Ujano Vezzani and his Italian team. Lovely arena, 90 by 60 meters, the width, lots of room. And Vezzani starts us off on the vertical of Longines, on an open distance to the Moroccan flag. Roll back in front of the Years of Culture Oxer and up to fence 3. 5 strides into the triple combination. Vertical, Oxer, right by the video wall, but that will not have a big impact, at least from my perspective. Out of the Oxer at 4C. And Vezzani has built a lot of inside turns, to be fair, because you can go outside to fence 5. And here is drawn actually an outside turn, but there's an inside turn possible. That greenery goes away and there is an inside turn to fence 5. Long gallop to fence 6. And you keep on opening up your horse. Fence 6, open approach to 7. And from 7 to 8, it's a short 8 strides or long 7, but we believe that everybody will get there on the long 7 as well. And then comes the technical bit. Then you've got a potential inside turn in front of the tower at 13. Here, the 3D takes us around the tower. Double combination of Oxer and vertical. 2 strides to come out. And then 6 to the Qatar-Morocco Cultural Partnership of 2024 at fence 10. Another inside turn to the wall. This gives you an outside turn. It's actually inside that you should go, inside of fence 6, followed by 6 strides to fence 12 and 7 or 8 to the final fence where the plank is on top. POT, plank on top at fence 13. There you go, that is the finish. A time allowed of 86 seconds has been calculated and designed by Uyano Vezzani and his crew. A total of 14 teams with 2 horse and rider combinations on every team. That is the Grand Theatre. Beautiful modern architecture. Cultural hub here in Rabat. First to go, team with the highest score from round 1. But what is a high score if it is only 8 penalties? It is Andreas Kau and Abdel Said. Then New York Empire also on 8. Dennis Lynch and Scott Brash. New York Empire powered by Lugano Diamonds. Then Monaco Aces with Mariana Frauches Chavez and De Azevedo Fio. No horse, no rider changes here. Here 2 horse changes. Tovek to Azaria Dinero. Von Eckermann to King Edward. Team on 8 penalties, the Scandinavian Vikings. Prague Lions powered by Czech Equestrian Team. No horse, no rider changes. The team starts on 4. Only 2 teams on 4. The other team is Madrid in Motion, where both riders go to their leading horses. Beauville Z, NOP and Rockefeller de Pléville, Bois Margot. And then all those on clears. Valkenswaard with Ening and Gilles Thomas. The champions, Can Stars, powered by Iron Dames, where Natalie Dean makes an appearance. And then Riesebeck International with Kukuk and Wise Up. They could go to their leading horses just as well. Another team on clear. They're the rivals for the top 4. Vermeer and Arquetin for the Doha Falcons on 0. Rome Gladiators, powered by Clip Horse on TV. Kyle Tim now to Casino Calvin De Luca on Denver de Talma, also on clear. Marley Bayer Johnson with Indiana and Ed Bayard on Donatello Doge. What a star lineup for the Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M Wheel of Horses. The 2 last teams with Ben Meyer and Daniel Doise for Shanghai Swans and Mexico Amigos. Leading team after round 1 with Francesco Turturiello and Muda Zayada, where if looks could kill, is going to jump the 2nd round. Here we go with the 2nd round of the Global Champions League. 14 teams, championship is decided. Now, what about the top 4 and the stage win? Kickoff with the Istanbul Warriors. The Warriors powered by Carpe Diem Equestrian Team. And it is Andreas Kau who has come in to replace FSCI. Who had those 2 faults and the 8 penalties in the 1st round. Skau has come in with Napoli van het Nederrassend Hof. And Andel Saïd remains with his Grand Prix winning mare Bonami. 1-2, this is 3, the turn. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the triple. Inside turn to 5. Very open approach to 6. Wow, he really had to hold for those Stefan there, Andreas Kau with Napoli. That's how long the stride of that horse is. Others have to ride for 7. He had to hold for 7. Six to Qatar Morocco. Inside turn is next. Time allowed is 86 seconds. Skau is clear. Oh, and there he rolls it very lightly at 12, and Skau finishes with 4 penalties. The team on 12 as it stands. Andreas Skau en Napo liever Nederrassend Hof. 4 penalties, team on 12. Abdel Said still to jump. It's 2 big striding horses in the second round of GCL. The King Mohammed Tower in the background. Abdel Said is on his Grand Prix winning mare, Bon Ami. Oh, that's gone. Back rail is gone for Abdel Said and Bon Ami. Team now on 16. Only clear from Abdel Said and this mare in the first round. Also on 7 to the upright. Nobody has taken that inside turn here. Through the combination. Bon Ami and Abdel drifting a bit there, stuck in the turn. On 6 strides and deep, and it's the same fault for Abdel Said as it was for Andreas Skau. And so Abdel on 8, Skau on 4, and the team on 20, unfortunately. And that is the end. That is the season of the Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem Equestrian Team. They finish here on 20 penalties. It'll be touch and go on whether they move up from last place or not. And is there a chance that they are going to lose their current position? They are 9th on the standings. It is relatively unlikely, I'm inclined to say. They have the Shanghai Swans behind them, 13 points behind. So if the Shanghai Swans collect 13 points here or more than Istanbul.
That's the Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem Equestrian Team. 4 and 8 for Andreas Skau, and Abdel Said takes them to 20 penalties. Tough day here in Morocco, in Rabat, for the final stage for the Istanbul Warriors. New York Empire, powered by Lugano Diamonds, is next. Dennis Lynch, Scott Brash. If you want to watch them, sign up for a GCTV pass. We are running a 50% discount for the next 2 months to give you the opportunity to watch GCTV in the final and the playoffs at a massive discount. So sign up today for a GCTV live pass and come check out what's happening in Rabat.